I'm trying to keep my composure. I'm about to crash out. This week just keeps getting better and better. We are definitely making a mess. It has been a long week and we're just at Wednesday. It's wild to me because why? Ma'am, get on off my porch.
Summer is always surprising me in just a bit. It's mid-July, then it's gone. I was a girl with dreams so wide, eyes full of wonder, heart open.
Good morning. It's right at 6 a.m. I'm headed to do my 1 week in the office. I usually would be up at 3:30 or 4 o'clock. Without traffic, my office is about an hour away. Today, that alarm went off at 3:30 and I snoozed it. So listen to your body. My need for a couple of more hours of sleep is greater than my need to not have to sit in traffic today. I can determine if I want to still leave at 2:15 or 2:30, or if I just want to work the rest of my shift. I'm about to get some gas, and I wish I had done this yesterday. Child, this person got their headlights all in my face. I'm using my back-facing camera right now. Probably looking like, what's she in there doing?
The world seems such a place to lay. Ran through the days in the sun's arms away, but somewhere along the road I fell.
About to be back on the road. The time is now 6:12 a.m. My GPS is telling me that without tolls, I can get to work. I can get to my building in an hour and 8 minutes. And usually when the GPS says that, I'll always add 10 or 15 minutes just in case, because it's so far. And I know that the maps try to pick up on the traffic, but between here and 35 minutes from now, you never know what could happen with the traffic. So they're going off of what the traffic is right now. Or more like 20 minutes away or 30 minutes away, it would be a little bit more accurate. I don't use the GPS when I am driving to work before the start of rush hour, because I know exactly how to get there without getting on any tolls, any expressways, and it only takes me a little under an hour to do so. Anytime I know that there's a possibility for traffic or rush hour traffic or any other kind of traffic outside of the normal 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm turning on my GPS to see, hey, what's the quickest way to get here. I got a podcast I want to listen to. I should still get to work in enough time to log in before 8 o'clock. I gotta get in the parking garage and then go inside the building. I'll come back and let y'all know what time I made it to work.
The days turn heavy like an unseen rift. The girl that I was began to fade, and in her place a new self was made.
Taking the exit for my job. So I'm about a minute or two away from my building, and it is 7:30. I'll say an hour and 15 minutes. I'm not mad at that drive. But I probably will try to get up, try to do more early morning days so I can just, go straight through. And I do have on a sweater because it's cold in the building. I should have dressed that in the beginning of the video. Y'all probably looking like, why she got a sweater on? Because it's always cold in this building. I pull into the parking garage, which is like a shaded area, and then I go through the little breezeway and I walk into the building, and I'm freezing for the rest of the day. So if I have like a thick sweater or something on, or if I bring a jacket or something with me, then I'm good. So let's see if I can find a parking spot. If I get here early enough and I can park on this first level, I'll go down these stairs right here and go right into the building. Now, if I park up on higher levels than this, I have to get on an elevator, which takes me down into the lobby and then walk through the lobby and get on some more elevators to go up to my floor. I was able to find something close.
I'm in between, I'm not quite all. A girl, a woman, both in my soul. Learning to balance, learning to be. In the struggle, I find the real me. I feel the pull of who I should be. Caught between the past and what I can see. The weight of the change rests on my chest. Questions that made no sense. I was a girl with dreams so wide, eyes full of wonder, heart open, untied. The world seemed soft, a place to play. I ran through the days in the sun's warm way. Somewhere along the way, I felt the shift. The days turned heavy like an unseen rift. The girl that I was began to fade, and in her place, a new self was made. I'm in between. I'm not quite old. A woman, both in my soul. Learning to balance, learning to be. The struggle, I find the real me. I'm not quite old. A woman, both in my soul. Learning to balance, learning to be. The struggle, I find the real me. I'm in between. I'm not quite. A woman, both in my soul. Learning to be. In the struggle, I find. I'm in between. I'm not quite old. A girl, a woman, both in my soul. Learning to the struggle to find the real me. I'm not quite. A woman, both in my soul. Learning to balance. I'm learning. In the struggle, find the real me. I'm not quite old. A girl, a woman, both in my soul. Learning to balance, learning to be. I find the real me.
to the AT&T store to return this phone because, you know, I recently switched to AT&T and I got the 16 Pro Max iPhone and I got the 512 gigabytes, but then I changed my mind and I went ahead and got the 1 terabyte one. So they were able to do the exchange online, and they told me that they would send me packaging to send the phone back, but they did not. And over the weekend I kind of just, you know, just delayed and procrastinated to take the phone back to the AT&T store, and because there's one right by my house. But I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna be in the office today, I'm gonna be out and about anyway, so let me just take it with me and I can find one by my job. So the GPS is telling me this one's 5 minutes away, so I should be halfway there. So hopefully they don't give me a hard time returning it. If I see something around here, I can grab a quick bite. If not, I'll grab a bag of sun chips or popcorn or something when I get back to the building. That's what I'm doing for lunchtime. So the reason that I'm doing it now and not when I get off work, because just in case I don't feel like doing it when I get off work and go straight home. Like, there's literally an AT&T store right up the street from my house. It's like nowhere from my house. But sometimes I get off work and I'm just you know, running around and doing all the things, and then other times I get off work and I'm like, I want to go straight home. I don't care if the errand I need to run is right next door to my house. I'm going home. So as y'all could probably see, I still have the phone in my hand. So I went in and the guy was like, you know, have a seat, we'll be right with you. And I was like, oh, you know, I'm sitting there and I was like, I might just leave and just contact them and just tell them like, hey, y'all need to just send me the return label. And it turns out that that's what I got to do anyway, because since the transaction started online and they already processed the transaction online, they pretty much fudged up. They were definitely supposed to also process the return with the return label that they did not send me. So, and my boyfriend told me, because he has AT&T, and I was like, well, customer service told me I could just I could either use the return label that they gave me, or I could take it back to the store. And I was like, since they didn't give me a return label, like, I guess I'll be taking it back to the store. He was like, are you sure you're gonna be able to do that? But yep, my camera cut off because I was recording on the dashboard and the sun was beaming directly down on the phone. So I just switched the attachment to the vent clip, drove for a few blocks while the air blew onto my phone to keep my phone cool, and then it came back on. So I ain't had time getting in to eat. Yeah, the dude was like, just call 611 and ask for the shipping department. And I'm like, yeah, cool. And then he saw my name tag and we chit-chatted about my job. But I'm thinking to myself, sir, I do not like talking to people on the phone. I don't even want to be in here talking to you. No offense to him, but I just like, if I can handle things through chat, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to access the chat and just see if they can help me through chat. The cafe, and there's also a Starbucks inside of it. So if I go through these doors, there's the cafe like right there. Like, you see that door that's open, and then I would have to walk around through the lobby, badge in, and then get on the elevators to go up to my floor. So yeah, but you can see the cafe from out here. But okay, so we get free canned beverages on any floor of this building, and there's usually water in here, like the canned water, but there is not. So I walked all the way down here for nothing. But there is a water dispenser. These are good. These Stubbs sticky sweet barbecue chips, kind of feeling like Doritos. Alright, it is a little after 2:30 and I'm getting ready to leave work. I contacted the customer service. They emailed me the shipping label. Like, we don't have any other options. We're sorry it wasn't included in the box. But just print it out and blah, blah, blah. Like, why can't y'all just mail it out? Like, I'm so annoyed right now. I'm about to go to UPS and have them print this label and return the phone. Seriously considering going back to my previous carrier, because if I got to deal with incompetence, I mean, I might as well deal with it at a cheaper price. Why am I paying more for more inconvenience? So I'm on my way to the UPS store out here, like 10 minutes from my job. Hopefully they will package the phone for me. Hi, so they emailed me a UPS label to return this phone, but I don't have a box to put it in.
Gotcha. Do you want to buy a box for it?
How much are the boxes?
I would put it in a small security. We'd be looking at $5.25.
$5.25. How much will it be to just print the label and then I can just
$2.90 for that first page print out.
$2.98 if it's a UPS label?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep my composure together. I generally don't let, just that everyday, day-to-day stuff get to me. $5 for a box. All I have is a box that the phone came in. So I'm gonna have to go home and find a small box. I think the box that they shipped the phone in, I may have thrown that away because they didn't send the shipping label, and I thought that I was going to be able to take it to an AT&T store because that's what they kept telling me online. $5 and something for a box and $3 to print the label. Maybe it's because of the neighborhood, but this ain't even like, child, this ain't Beverly Hills. Why y'all charging so much? I'm just going to have to go to the UPS in my neighborhood, but I'm not going today. I cannot. And I'm so annoyed with the people at AT&T because you're telling me, oh, just print it. Just have someone print it. First of all, I could also have someone print it for me. That is also an option. Why do I have to be inconvenienced because y'all didn't do what y'all said y'all was gonna do? I'm about to crash out. All right. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna find a box. Then I'm going to call the UPS store and ask them, the one in my neighborhood, and ask them how much they charge to print a UPS label. And then I will also inquire about, like how much are they charging for box. I got some ground turkey in my refrigerator that needs to be cooked. Season it up taco style to make nachos. I had to calm my nerves. I got about 20 more minutes or so, 20 minutes give or take before I get home. All right, I just called the UPS store by my house. They only charge $1.25 to print the label, and then the box that they would put it in, like $3 and some change. So I can find a box at the house, and I don't mind paying $1.25 for a shipping label, even though everything in me is like, I shouldn't have to pay for this because y'all should have sent it to me and I will have it in my hand for free. I just got off on my exit and I am less than 5 minutes away from home. So if I can get my meal cooked and sat down and situated by like 5:30, I'll be making good time. But I still have, a few hours to just chill before I have to go to bed, show y'all the food, and we signing off. So when I come back and I'm like, hey, here's my dinner, deuces. It's been a Monday for show. But I'm glad I'm back home. I'm pulling into my apartment complex as we speak. Keep my apartment clean anyway, but if office week is about to start, I need to have it as clean as possible. Because what I do, I come in, take out my clothes, and I throw them somewhere. Because the drive is so long, and I just be so tired and exhausted from that switch up after sitting at home for 3 weeks. We're not doing no extra. Basic what we need to survive. I might clean up some dirty dishes or something, but these clothes, yeah. They're just gonna get thrown there. I'm not worried about. And every now and then I'll take them in my room and put them in the hamper or whatever basket that they're designated to go to. But this is usually what happens. And I wrap that joker up like Fort Knox. AT&T gonna have fun getting into this. Because inside of there is another one of those brown stiff packages that Amazon sometimes sends stuff in. Wrap like a brown paper sack, bubble wrap. Anyway, and I wrapped the phone up in that. I don't need them saying nothing. I want this phone to get back to them in the condition that it came to me in. As promised, here are my nachos. My assortment of leftover salsas from Torchy's Tacos. Got my Dr. Pepper Zero. My relaxing incense. Got the window view going here. Sunlight coming in. I'm gonna close that in a little bit though. Just a little bit of sunlight, not too much. I'm about to find me something to watch on TV. And I am signing off for the night. Thank you for watching. This week just keeps getting better and better. It is Tuesday and I got off work. I made it there super early and I left early in the afternoon. Went by the UPS store, took that phone back. I go to Albertsons after work because I had saw one of my favorite vloggers using this brown butter chocolate chip cookie creamer, cold foam creamer. When I got home and I opened it, it just leaked out and it's still leaking out. I remember getting in the car at Albertsons and my receipt blowing away. So I didn't even think to chase it. So now I gotta go back to Albertsons and hopefully show them my Apple Pay and be like, look, it shows that I was just here 40 minutes ago. But I went home first and I had to decompress and take a shower. And because when the creamer thing didn't work, I was like, man, come on. Because I got some chocolate syrup arriving today because I did that Walmart where you can like get one item shipped on select items where there's no order minimum. So I did that. My camera's blurry. And I had this whole little iced coffee situation that I was gonna make this evening. Like when I tell y'all, it's the reason why it's so stressful is because I already don't like office week. I already don't like driving that far the whole week out of every month. Like I knew that's what I signed up for when I took the job a few years ago. I'm in the wrong turning lane. As the months went by, me and all my coworkers were like, there's really nothing special about us being here every month, because they never said why we had to come in every month. So we just thought like they're gonna tell us why when we start working there. There's no reason why. That's another story for another day. So on office week, I'm a little bit more on edge. And when the creamer didn't work, I just wanted to cry. Like y'all ever have like a little small inconvenience and you just want to cry like a child? I want the creamer to work the way that the cold foam to work the way that it's supposed to work. Like, dude, hopefully they'll take it back. And then let me tell you, before I even bought the creamer, I'm at the checkout buying the creamer and self-checkout, and I'm doing my Apple Pay with my bank card, with one of the bank cards that I always use and that I used earlier today. And my camera angle ain't right or nothing, but yeah, I just propped the thing up and hit record because I had something to say. It kept declining, so I'm walking to my, and I tell the lady like, can I leave this up here so I can like walk to my car and see if I got a physical card or something in there, because I don't know what's going on with it. So I get a text message from my bank talking about, is this fraud? $4.99. I've been swiping this card all weekend. I had to transfer some money to my Apple Pay to pay for the creamer. It's just been a hell of a week. Okay, so I went to customer service and I'm up there like trying to explain, and she's like, oh yeah, you can swap it out. So on my way back to swap it out, I wanted to just be at home right now. Well, 10 after 4, so I still have time to go home and chill because I've already taken my shower. All this moving around is not what I wanted to do today. Do they have another one? Is that one back there? Tell me why. I guess I got the last one because I remember only seeing like 1 or 2 when I came, but maybe the other one that I saw was not that one. So yeah, that was the only one. And the other ones were like a little bit more expensive than that one. Like the silk oat creamer that looked like they had some good flavors. So I just got one that was about the same price. We just gonna do regular whipped cream. They didn't give me a hard time at all. So the lady who took the bag from me and told me to go ahead and get my, you know, go get what I need to get, she wasn't up there. So the other girl, she's like, hey, how you doing? How can I help you? I explained to her. And she was looking at me confused. So I guess she was looking like, girl, I don't care. Not in a rude way, but she was just like, oh, okay. She was like, oh, you're good. Like, you brought the other one back in here? I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, okay. I said, that's it. I ain't got to do nothing. She was like, no. So, yay. And then I filmed a mini vlog today, though, of just me at the office. All right, Danita. It's gonna be okay. So I don't mind drinking caffeine in the evening time, but I've already had a lot of caffeine today. That would not be wise, seeing as I'm gonna try to get up super early again tomorrow. I'm gonna use this sample pod, because when I ordered my Nespresso pods, they always come with 2 samples. This time the sample was an 8-ounce cup of coffee, but they sent one regular of the whatever flavor this is, Melozio. They sent one regular and one decaf. So I'm gonna use the decaf one. It's saying that the Walmart person is 6 stops away, but I want this to be cold anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and just pop that in there. And once this gets done, I'm gonna just stick it in the fridge. So if it's still too warm when my chocolate syrup gets here, I'll just pour some of my creamer in there, cool it down, and then put the ice. All right, you guys, my chocolate syrup arrived just in time because it is 5:53 and I have a premiere coming out tonight. Let's sit down and catch this premiere chocolate syrup that I got. It tastes good though. I do realize that I'm making a mess, but I'm trying to hurry up and sit down. Some of this caramel macchiato creamer. Not even really gonna measure it because I know I've not eaten a lot of food today. So I know some people who are on fitness journeys and they're losing weight, they don't bother to measure their coffee creamer. One girl I follow, and she's done well. She's lost like 60 something pounds, but she said her coffee creamer, she was like, that's just one thing she refuses to measure. Like, she's gonna let herself enjoy it. So sugar-free caramel. So I don't know, I might start incorporating that or trying that out. Child, I don't even know if all of this is gonna fit in this cup, but we're gonna make it work. Whip topping here. Yep, that's probably all not gonna fit. Y'all, we are definitely making a mess, but so I drank some of it down. I cleaned up the mess I made over here. There we go. I keep saying I need to get some bigger glass cups for my iced coffee because, you know, I like to see my iced coffee. I like the aesthetic of it. I got a kind of a nice glass cup. Let me show y'all. And this is definitely bigger and wider, and it would have been perfect, but it's not completely clear. I was feeling like a completely clear cup tonight. Show y'all that one more time. And we're just gonna drizzle that. Okay, premiere time. YouTube on CP time because it's already 6. Oh, but okay, so it asked me if I wanted a countdown, but I think the countdown starts at the time the video starts, not before it. Okay. Alrighty, guys, we got some. Alrighty, talk to y'all later. Alright, I got my hygiene done. I'm dressed. Got my espresso. This is 4 shots of espresso with all the stuff that I showed you that I put in there. That alarm went off at 3:30. It took me a minute to remember what the alarm was going off for. Yeah, one of those moments. And then when I realized what it was going off for, I was like, ugh. And then I realized what day of the week it was. All this happened like while my alarm was going off. And I was like, Wednesday? We are on, it has been a long week already. And we're just at Wednesday. I probably have nothing to film at the actual office today. I'm just, you know, checking in to say good morning. Now it's 4:20. And of course, when I'm going to the office super early, I like to leave my house before 4:40. So I'm allowing myself like 5 minutes to just sit here and sip this coffee. Well, really 10, but I got like 5 more left. I forgot to put on my moisturizer. So I'm just doing that. Some weeks I'm like, you know what? Let me look like something this week, and I'll make an effort. This is not one of those weeks. This is one of the weeks where I am dragging along through the week, and I'm just trying to make it. Grab my backpack. I'm so rude. I almost forgot to show y'all what I was wearing today. So I have on this shirt that I believe I got from Shein or Temu a couple of years ago. It says Waymaker, Miracle Worker, Promise Keeper, Light in the Darkness. My God, that is who you are. Then these wide leg jeans that I got from Walmart last year that I'm surprised I can still fit because, you know, I lost so much weight. My Buc-ee's slides. Literally, I got these from Buc-ee's. I'm opening my window before I leave so my flowers can get some sunlight while I'm at work. Grab my little jacket here because it's always cold in the office. We are headed out the door. Well, now it's 4:40 and I walked out the door thinking, dang, I'm making good timing. I was like, shoot, I don't have gas, because I remember driving home yesterday and the gas light being on. Like, I can make it across town right now, but I cannot make it across cities. I probably could if it was an emergency, but it's not, so we're gonna stop and get gas. It's not even 5:30 in the morning, and there are so many people on the road. There's not traffic. The reason I like getting up super early is because there are not as many drivers out, just naturally. I mean, there's always somebody out, but not this many. If there were like 10 more cars in these lanes around me right now, we might be in a little bit of a traffic situation. And I guess I spoke too soon because here come the brake lights. We are approaching downtown Dallas, and I'm not from Dallas at all. You know, if you're familiar with the DFW area, you know that's a huge thing. Like, I'm from Fort Worth. Only time I come to Dallas is if I'm like invited to like a function or a concert, work. The few times that my church fellowships with another church in Dallas, you know, like, oh, you from Dallas? It's like, no, those is like 100 cities in between Fort Worth and Dallas. What is wrong with you people? So now I'm in downtown Dallas, and once I get to downtown Dallas, I still have another like 20 minutes before I actually get to work. All right, it is 5:45 a.m. and I decided that I had just enough time to stop at the QT by my job and get an energy drink. Not an energy drink, child, a protein shake for lunch. I didn't even bother putting this on the dashboard holder thing because I'm gonna try to be real quick. It is 5:53 a.m. I just left the QT and my building is just past this next light. And then y'all know how I was saying that I'm surprised I can still fit these pants, because since I got them, like, I've lost so much weight. Like, there have been clothes that I've had to give away to Goodwill or whatever because they've gotten too big. But as I was walking around the QT, like, I kept feeling like I had to pull at them, and I was like, oh, they are getting big in some areas. I guess, like, after I had been sitting in the car for a while. Yeah. But let me get in this building.
and spice. Give you everything that's nice. Come on, sugar and spice. What you want from me, baby? What you want now? Sugar and spice. Give you everything that's nice. Turn around and tell me what I'm missing now.
So that protein shake y'all saw me pouring at 12:30. I am still drinking it on my way home right now because my supervisor came to us a little bit before 12 o'clock and sprung on us that he needed to do some side-by-sides before the end of the second quarter. We was like, today? And he was like, yeah, what time are you leaving? And I was like, around, 1:30-ish or so. Yeah, and then the other lady was like, yeah, and I'm going to lunch at 1. And he was like, oh, okay, well, I'll do yours when you get back from lunch. And then he looked at me, he was like, I'll do yours right before that. And I'm like, okay. I was not mentally prepared to have somebody sitting up in my personal space today. It's cool, but I just wasn't prepared for that today. Anyway, I poured my protein shake, and when I got back from break, I didn't really have time to drink it because who chugs a protein shake, right? He watched me pull cases right up until 126. I had to kind of be like, okay, I kind of had to end it myself. Like, sir, it's time to go. And we generally stop pulling cases like 10 minutes or so before the end of our shift. So I did not leave until it was probably 1:32 when I left from my desk. We got that done and it went well. Now I'm about to go home and clean up. I make sure I get a real good clean up before office week starts because I know throughout the rest of the week I'm throwing wigs and shoes and clothes and sports bras, just everything just all over the place. Then I clean up at the end of the week. Like, I'm gonna clean up the things that need to be cleaned and sanitized, but everything else can wait to the end of the week. And I do this all the time and it usually does not bother me, but this month for office week, it is bothering me mentally. So I'm just gonna go home and I'm gonna rectify it. No biggie, right? When things don't work, it's okay to do something different. Just because it worked 100 times before, the 101st time might not work. And once you realize it, just fix it. Do a midweek reset. And I normally don't do that during office week, but I need to do something I gotta recalibrate my brain, my mental today.
사는 듯이 그래 도도한테 또가 날 더 미치게 만들어 Meet me up near the riverside We can push everything aside Make stars align, let's just collide Sugar and spice Give you everything that's nice Come on, sugar and spice What you want from me, baby, what you want now Sugar and spice Give you everything that's nice Turn around and tell me what I'm missing now Let me take you on a magic ride I'm just waiting for you I'm in love with your style 너의 그 통통 튀는 매력 올라서서 널 만난 처음에 I'll make you mine Sugar and spice Give you everything that's nice Come on, sugar and spice What you want from me, baby, what you want now Sugar and spice Give you everything that's nice Turn around and tell me what I'm missing now
It is 8:20 p.m. 15 or 20 minutes ago, I started to feel that tired feeling weighing on me. So I turned off my TV and turned on my music and just started clearing up a few dishes that I used for dinner. And you know how you straighten up and close down your house before you get ready for bed. Make sure the doors and stuff are locked. And I was about to sit there a little bit longer listening to my music. Then I just started feeling like, yeah, girl's just gonna go to the room. I'm in my room now. I know for sure I'll be asleep before 10 p.m. I'm definitely gonna lay here and scroll and whatnot. And then I'm going to say my prayers and go to bed. And I know they say like limit your screen time before bed. I haven't had trouble falling asleep in a very long time. That's really not an issue for me. I get pretty good quality of sleep unless I'm not feeling well or some other outside factors are affecting me. And we're gonna do this 3:30 a.m. 4 a.m. I will see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning. So you can see, I'm up super early again. We are about to do quad shot, which is just 2 of these. One of these is a double shot. I got some single shots at the bottom though. And I don't drink quad shots of espresso every single day. Office week is when my caffeine intake is higher than the rest of the month. Well, I'm fine with that. I am okay with needing large amounts of caffeine every single day during the week where I just uproot my whole life. Well, it's a drive. If the drive wasn't so far, this probably wouldn't even be a conversation. If it was like a 20-minute drive, 4 shots of espresso every morning would not even be a conversation. Pod number 2. And I never did finish that protein shake last night. I might just take that to work with me like a morning snack. Do a couple of tablespoons of this Italian wedding cake skinny syrup. I brought all my syrups out and sat them on the counter. I had one sitting on the counter and I just felt like it looked so cute sitting there. And I was like, well, let me bring the other ones out. And then I was watching one of my favorite vloggers make her coffee. And she kind of had her little setup there. I was like, oh yeah, that is kind of cute. I had always wanted like a little coffee station in my apartment. The apartment before this one had a much bigger kitchen. I had a little coffee station with all my stuff set up, but I don't know, I never thought to sit my syrups and stuff on the counter. Yeah, I have my little things on the wall, and these are kind of like little mirrors. And I got these from my mom. And I forgot to put my collagen in there again. I haven't put collagen in my coffee all week, and I can't remember the last time I put it. 4:35. I just pulled out of my apartment complex a minute or two ago, so I'm making pretty good timing. I should have gotten more gas the other day. Every second counts for me. Sometimes I don't want to stand at the pump for it to fill up. Like sometimes I don't have time to stand there and wait for it to fill up. It's probably only a matter of minutes, but still, I got enough gas to get to work. I'm good right now. Shad, why you got the brake lights on? The light is green. Are you turning? Go on, turn in. God damn. My goal is to log in as soon as possible so that I can go home as soon as possible. All that running around I did earlier this week dealing with UPS and AT&T, no. The rest of this week, in and out. But today I brought this big cup, and I forgot how much water. I think it holds 40 ounces of water, even if I put a little ice in there. I've been doing really good with my water intake this week, and this has just helped me get it in a little bit more quickly without having to go back and forth to the water machine, because this cup that I am sipping the rest of that protein shake out of, it only holds 18 ounces. For lunch, child, I don't know what I'm gonna do for lunch. I might just go home and just take my lunch at the end of the day and just go home. So my company has a PTO bank that everyone gets at the beginning of the year that is separate from your regular PTO for volunteering community service. One time we were able to use it when my team did a volunteer event at a food pantry a couple of years ago. Last year, I found out that that can be used for voting. Before working here, I was a 911 operator. We didn't get holidays, none of that. Your schedule was your schedule unless you just happened to be off. So I had gotten so used to, over the years, just voting in the local and presidential elections, making my way to the polls around my work schedule. So last year, I was like, wait a minute. Like, this is a corporate job. We don't get some kind of company time to vote. So I dug around in the company intranet and I found out that we do. Emailed HR or whatever, and they said, yeah, you just got to reach out to your leader. How much time you get is department specific. So I had to reach out to him. Disclaimer, this is a different supervisor. This is not the one that I have right now. I reach out to him, find out that we get 4 hours to go and vote. And I wanted to go an early vote, but it was on an office week. And the election was the following week. So I wanted to go vote that Friday of office week. They were emailing back and forth. And I'm like, well, can I just work from home that day and log in and work at home, close up my laptop, go vote, be done? Well, could you like just come in and then leave? Don't remember the whole conversation, kind of don't care, but this is what I'm still a little bit salty about. Hey, we finally agreed, like, so I will come in that day, take my time and leave 4 hours early. My job is not in my county. I had to leave Dallas and get all, you know, make that hour drive all the way back into Fort Worth to get my vote in. I came to work that day as planned, and Monday I see an email from him that he left me Friday afternoon after I had already left work, putting some time on my calendar for a quick chat. And the note was like, yeah, I just wanted to talk to you about early voting, blah, blah, blah. Because by this time where I'm back, you know, working from home again, working at the house again, pretty much he was clocking me. He was like, so Friday, did you end up getting a vote? I was like, yeah. And he's like, did you come in the office? And I was like, yeah, like per the email. Because he'd always want to email for everything. I was like, yeah. I was in the office. I sit where I always sit. He said he reached out to one of his colleagues and they said they didn't see me. And then he said he reached out to another person on my team and they said they didn't see me either. But you reached out to them that afternoon. Of course they didn't see me. I was gone. Maybe I could have been at the restroom. Maybe your colleague, your peer, didn't even know who the hell they was looking for. Kind of mid to late morning that I left. At some point, me and you were both there at the same time. You could have messaged me and asked me, hey, are you in the office today? Well, you bothered 2 people checking to see if I was there. And then put a meeting on my calendar after they told you I wasn't there to talk to me about why these people said I wasn't at work. I don't know why the hell they said I wasn't at work. Oh, because mind you, he wasn't even in the office that day. He's sitting at the house checking up on me. And you could have just sent the message. Because he was working that day. He just wasn't in the office. It's wild to me because why? But you went behind my back and asked other people if I was in the office. Put a whole meeting on my calendar for us to talk about it. That was a power move. Like, I asked a colleague of mine and then I asked one of your peers and nobody saw you. So I was just checking to make sure because I know that we agreed that you would come in. We did. And I did. Like, if it was that serious, you could have just, and you really, really felt like, oh man, like, did she not come in? Or, you know, did she go back on what we agreed on? You didn't have to follow all them other people. You could have asked me. And then if you didn't believe me, you could have just checked with security or whoever and saw that I bashed in. Like, you must have not asked the right person because I'm sitting here talking to old girl for most of the morning. And of course, I have to get a mirror selfie video every time I come into office because if I don't, was I ever really here? Nah. Y'all ever see those videos about the girls who be carrying all their stuff into the office and they be coming in with their little energy drinks and water bottles and protein shakes? That's me. I am on break. This is what I'm eating. Chips and peanut butter crackers. And I have no shame. Okay, so vanilla cupcakes or cuties. You know what? Let me do a chocolate one.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just reaching all in there.
No. I mean, you can. Yeah, you.
I just left work and I'm at this gas station. It's right up the street from my job. And even though I only have one more work day left to drive into the office, I'm gonna just go ahead and fill up. My company is celebrating its Founders Day this week. They're celebrating all week long, and that's what the cupcakes were about. But I left a lot of that buttercream icing on the paper towel because I really don't mess with buttercream icing like that. I like whipped icing, or you know, if it's a combination, maybe some cream cheese frosting is not that sweet either, but buttercream is just so super sweet to me. Every time I have it, I scrape it off. Give me the middle piece type of person if I go to the birthday party or something like that. But anyway, one more day to drive to the office. Thanks for tagging along with me all week long and all my shenanigans. I will see y'all tomorrow or maybe later today. I don't know. Okay, when I moved into this apartment, there was a bird's nest up above in my porch area. I asked my sister, like, you think we should get rid of that or try to get rid of it? She was like, no, that was fall. Fast forward to now, there are baby birds in it. Over the past few weeks, I've been noticing if I go outside early in the morning, like after sunrise, the birds are swooping aggressively in and out of these porch areas. Bird poop all over my porch. Cause I'm coming home from work and I see a bird leaving the nest, flying away from my porch. So I look up there, I know you lying. I done came in the house, sat down, chilled or whatever, and I was getting ready to put my trash out. Well, let me look up there and see if I saw what I thought I saw. Little baby birds. Baby birds are not attractive. I'm jumping, it was a leaf. Because I just saw the mama bird flying by all crazy. But baby birds are not attractive. There's a handful of them up there. And then look at this. Look at this shit. Just, oh, there go mama. Let me close the door. See, look. You see what I'm dealing with? I emailed the office earlier this week. Do I need to call animal control? What can be done? This is getting out of hand. I can't even step outside without mama bird swooping down. Don't nobody want these funny looking babies but you. Ma'am, get on off my porch. Take your children with you. Lord.
Got stuck, you were looking for clues, but that just made you more confused. You just need to see how lovely, how lovely, how lovely it is for you. Got stuck, you were looking for clues, but that just made you more confused. You just need to see how lovely, how lovely, how lovely it is for you. Waiting's done and you find your home right here.
We have made it to Friday. As soon as I got done getting dressed and washing my face and all that, I grabbed this mug and headed out the door and get these hours out of the way so I can start my weekend early. This Black Girl Magic cup, I got it from Five and Below. I got it a long time ago, but then I went to another Five and Below like maybe a year or so after I bought it, and I saw the same cup. I tried to fix the arm on it once before and it stayed for a little bit, but you know, it broke off again. And if anything eventful happens at work or anything that I feel like is worth sharing, I'll come back and let y'all know. This is the longest vlog that I have filmed thus far. There are way more people on this road before 4:30 a.m. on a weekday than I thought there would be.
Light goes off and it clicks, you figure out. You put it off, yeah you did. Life didn't fall apart with it. Couldn't miss what was intended. Let the fears fly away, ride it out like a wave. Call it in on your favors, call them in. Let the fears fly away, ride it out like a wave. Allow yourself some grace, you can have it. Just like the wind, just let it pass through.
was doing my stretches and stuff at my desk because that's usually how it goes on office week. I make that drive, an hour coming and over an hour going back home every day, sometimes a little more than an hour on the way to work. Drive that far 5 days in a row just to sit when I get here. And we do have those desks where you can get up and stand and stretch, and yeah, on the 5th day I'll be over. That's why I don't always make it in every day of office week, but I try to. I do try to. It's not like every month I'm missing a day of office week, but I'm just ready to go. I've been restless since I got here. I'll tell you what though, the building being very well decorated and pretty does help. Because if I had to come in here and it was all dingy, Fridays of office week, the best Fridays of the month, it's like a holiday. It feels like a holiday. And I gotta say, this has been one of the hardest office weeks this year, physically and mentally. Now, this was a hard office week. Maybe because the week started off with all the drama with AT&T and all the other stuff. So we made it. I'm about to head home. Thank you guys for watching. Happy Friday to me.
Just like the wind, just let it pass through. Just let it pass you. You do what you do. Just like the wind, just let it pass through. Just let it pass you. You do what you do. Nothing happened by accident. Flowers bloom cause you planted them. Water them to perfection, and now there's no more empty vases. Passionate and so nurturing. Watch it grow from the seeds you sent. Now you reap all the benefits.